Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'll be reading Judges 2 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, "And an angel of the Lord came up from Gilgal to Bochim, and said, I made you to go out of Egypt, and have brought you unto the land which I swear unto your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you, and ye shall make no league with the inhabitants of this land. Ye shall throw down their altars, but ye have not obeyed my voice. Why have ye done this? Wherefore I also said, I will not drive them out from before you, but they shall be as thorns in your sides, and their gods shall be a snare unto you. And it came to pass, when the angel of the Lord spake these words unto all the children of Israel, that the people lifted up their voice and wept. And they called the name of that place Bochim, and they sacrificed there unto the Lord. And when Joshua had let the people go, the children of Israel went every man unto his inheritance to possess the land. And the people served the Lord all the days of Joshua, and all the days of the elders that outlived Joshua, who had seen all the great works of the Lord that he did for Israel. And Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died, being 110 years old. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath-heres, in the mount of Ephraim, on the north side of the hill Gaish. And also all the generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and served Baalim. And they forsook the Lord God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods, of the gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger. And they forsook the Lord, and served Baal and Ashtaroth. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil, as the Lord had said, and as the Lord had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed. Nevertheless, the Lord raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them. And yet they would not hearken unto their judges, but they went a whoring after other gods, and bowed themselves unto them. They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in, obeying the commandments of the Lord, but they did not so. And when the Lord raised them up judges, then the Lord was with the judge, and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For it repented the Lord because of their groanings, by reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them. And it came to pass, when the judge was dead, that they returned and corrupted themselves more than their fathers, in following other gods to serve them and to bow down unto them. They ceased not from their own doings, nor from their stubborn way. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. And he said, Because that this people hath transgressed my covenant which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died, that through them I may prove Israel whether they will keep the way of the Lord to walk therein, as their fathers did keep it, or not. Therefore the Lord left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hand of Joshua. Alright guys, so I know a lot of people take the Bible very literally, and a lot of people get somewhat confused by reading the Bible because it continually reverts back to other times, and like in my last video, I said sometimes it's not that when I am fumbling, it's not because I'm sometimes lost for words, but it's because the thoughts are coming and they're not sequential, so they're not aligned. They're just coming in flashes. And trust me, if you have that kind of relationship with the Lord, that's how you'll get things at times, okay? So you'll have to sit, steady yourself, like he said, be still, and just listen to what he has to say. And after he has spoken and after he's revealed all that he needs to reveal to you, then and only then should you pass that on. And sometimes I'm kind of hasty because I'm recording and I record basically live. It's not live because I pre-record for you guys, but I don't go and edit and redo and all that. That's what I mean. Okay? So I do this in real time. Okay? So sometimes even some things they get kind of lost in translation. I know what I'm trying to say, but it doesn't come across that way because the thought has not been fully cemented, and so it's kind of still, in synapses. If you've ever lost your memory, or you watch those movies where they lose their memory and they see pieces of information coming at them from all angles, you've ever watched one of those movies, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so the information is coming from all angles and they don't know how to actually translate all of that information all at once. The human mind is not made to do that. Okay? So yeah. But that's just how the Bible is. That's why when you're reading the Bible, you need to ask God to guide you and to lead you and to open your mind to understand what he is trying to say to you at that point in time. Okay? And so even with this chapter here, if you recall, I said earlier that they did not follow what the Lord had said. And here it is in the very first part where it says that the angel of the Lord came and told them that they've disobeyed the words of the Lord. Right? And they've gone a whoring after other gods. And it's something that has happened. And this was speaking about in the past. But it still happens yet again. It's like history is repeating itself. And it's even worse because the Lord had brought them out of all of that, and they still came and solid themselves in all the things that God had brought them out from and told them how to get rid of it. And so God basically left them to their own condemnation. And because he's so merciful, because our God is so awesome and merciful, he sent others to deliver them, judges. But what happened? They still did not listen to the judges, and so the Lord basically allowed them to, just suffer to their own reprobate ways, and they did. And this is not just for this chapter, because if you hear about the judges here, right, this is we're in the book of Judges, and that's what this is talking about, and hence the reason why the judges appear here, and that's why the judges are brought up in this chapter. Okay, because this whole entire book is about the judges. Okay, and it will explain to you how the children of Israel actually operated and all that they go through. And I don't want to say all of that because I'm not supposed to do that. Anyways, so they broke the covenant with the Lord, and they did not drive out the Canaanites like they should have, all the inhabitants of the land, as the Lord had commanded them to, because they wanted to have their own ways. And that's just kind of reflective of how we are even today as human beings. That's how we are. I mean, God will tell us to do something, and because we have our own thing, and we're like, oh, work is gonna be so hectic, and oh, my life is so hectic, and oh, I have studying to do, and oh, I have to clean the house, and all these things, and I have chores to do, lots and lots of chores to do, and so little time. The Lord says you're supposed to spend 1 hour in prayer, and you decide that, okay, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna clean the house, and I'm gonna just say, oh Lord, thank you for this day, and 5 minutes you're finished. And that's not what the Lord had intended. The Lord had intended for you to be like there for an hour so you can get whatever He wants to speak to you. He wants to speak to you, so He tells you, you need to pray for an hour. And you're like, I need to pray for an hour, You're just like, no, I have so much work to do. No, I can't spend 1 hour praying. No. And I have to go on the road, I have to go down there and I have to go to the supermarket and I have to do this and I have to do that, especially since curfew is this time. No, I can't sit 1 hour praying. And you don't do that, and then things start going south for you, and then you're like, I pray all the time to God, and I'm faithful to God, and I do what He says I'm supposed to do, yet I'm suffering. You know where suffering is coming from. God told you to do something and you didn't do it. You did what you wanted to do. This is basically what the children of Israel did. They do what they want to do. And if the Lord tells you to do something and you do not do it in the way that He tells you to do, then you are also guilty. You're like the children of Israel. So don't judge them. I'm not judging them because I'm guilty myself at times. Hello? Like the Lord will tell me to do certain things, and because I'm fearful that, okay, I'm going to be stepping on toes here if I do this, and if I do this, then this is going to happen. And I mean, sometimes I'll sit and I'll talk to my mother about it, and she'll be like, if God tells you to do something, do it. And then I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, no, but I'm not going to do that, because if I do that, then the pastor is going to think this, the pastor is going to say that, and the church members are going to do this, and they're going to think that, and so forth and so on. And I'm not perfect, okay? None of us are perfect, but I'm trying to listen to the Lord and do as He bids me to do more. And I'm learning that when I don't do that, I suffer the consequences. So I'm going to do it anyway and suffer the earthly consequences rather than the spiritual. Rather than the spiritual consequences. Because, hey, I'd rather be with Jesus than being with anybody here on earth. I'm sorry. Once upon a time, I'd be like, I have a life to live too and all that. I used to think that way, even being a Christian. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay? I'm not going to lie and be like I'm holy of holies and all of that. I'm going to be straight to you. I can be straight and I can be straightforward, okay? And open. Because that's just it. And that's why even yesterday I came to this realization, this deep realization and appreciation of the things of God that I didn't even know that I could have gotten to, because I opened myself to be truthful in all things and to let the Lord lead me, okay? Regardless of what anybody else will think, regardless of what I think at times, okay? Because when we say, oh Lord, help me to slay self, and we don't want to slay self, when God says do something, we don't do it. So we're not slaying self, even though we're praying, oh God, slay self and let me be diminished and you be exalted, and let me be minimized and you be maximized, and all of this, and we're still not doing it. And that's basically what the children of Israel did here. Okay? So yeah. Alright guys, so I'm rambling on. I tell you guys, I do this all the time. Let's just see how I can actually cut these out. Alright guys, so please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification so you're alerted to whenever a new audio video is posted. Okay guys, have yourselves a blessed day, and please don't forget to share your thoughts, your concerns, and your revelations down below in the comment section, and Remember to keep your salvation, and if you've not yet gained it, seek it. It's never too late. Have a blessed day. Bye.